When it comes to playing the Nintendo Switch or the Nintendo Switch 2, one of the things I'm not a huge fan of is using the Joy-Con grip. I just don't think it's very comfortable or very ergonomic, and especially too on the Joy-Con 2s. Like, these really, to me, they're fairly bulbous. They're uncomfortable. I'm not a huge fan of them. And, you know, that's one of the reasons why I did go ahead and I picked up a Pro Controller too. This is actually a great controller. I really like this. But what if you wanted to still go ahead and use something like this for an extra set of controllers, but tweak and improve the ergonomics? Well, I was recently heading around Makerworld.com. It's one of the 3D printer reservoir sites, basically. And I found this piece here. And I printed off this piece here. And what this is supposed to do is essentially allow you to remove these back panels and essentially just have a nice, smooth, flat rear grip that's a lot more ergonomic. And instead of relying on this, you basically have like your two Joy-Cons are joined in the middle. I've used a number of different third-party Joy-Cons that have that sort of configuration, and I've always found them to be quite comfortable, at least better than the Joy-Con grip. I know Nixie has got many of them, Nexago, there's a number of companies. We'll have links for you down below where you can check out some of our Joy-Con reviews. But what we're going to do is we're going to disassemble the Joy-Con 2 grip. We're going to see just how easy or hard this is to go ahead and install. I mean, I'm looking at 4, 6, 7, maybe 8 screw holes. I can't quite tell if there's a screw hole here or not. And I will have a link to this file down below where you can print it off yourself if you do have a 3D printer. Now, for those who are familiar with 3D printers, I did print this out of PETG, and I used a 0.16 layer height, a 25% infill, no ironing or anything, you know, oddball with that. But overall, I mean, this is a pretty, I mean, that's a dang solid piece. I'm not getting any flex out of it whatsoever. So let's go ahead, let's look at the workbench and see how easy, because I don't even know how easy or hard this is to take apart. Let's get started. All right, so taking a look at the Joy-Con 2 grip, I'm thinking 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got to pull those plugs to go ahead and access some screws, I'm hoping. That popped right out. Sure enough, there's a Phillips head screw down there. Awesome. And that one came out really easily. 4. Now I just need a flat blade screwdriver. Let's see, this is a number 0, and that seems to fit quite beautifully. There's one. And I know some of you might be thinking, you're gonna void your warranty. Yep, this does void your warranty. Even though you're just taking apart the plastic versus anything on the system itself. And quite honestly, if you have any warranty issues, you can undo this. Where am I? There we go, yo. There we go, yo. So what's your scenario? So how are you liking your Nintendo Switch 2 so far? I'm enjoying mine, but I have to admit, I've only got Mario Kart World for mine. I think Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is the better game. At least it's more flushed out, but granted, it also had a number of more years on it. There we go. I'm going to grab my spudger here, and if you don't know what a spudger is, that's a spudger. And it's basically just a tool to pop things out and around. Oh, hello. We're going to put the screws back down there. Basically used to help pop plastic parts apart. There we go. Come around here. That way, too, I don't risk splitting my thumbnail, because that would hurt. There we go. So that's all the inside part of the Joy-Con grip 2 looks like. Looks like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 total screws. I don't think we're not going to use those. But these guys we will reuse. So good to see. So the screws are definitely 2 different sizes. That's the one that just came out of the center, and then those are the 2 little ones that came out of the side. Very similar in size on those to what came out of these areas, but they're shorter. That's one of the reasons why I love the fact that I 3D printed my own parts tray. I also have a this blue mat that you have that you see in front of me here. This also has magnets in it. Now, realistically, could you just take this part of the grip off? We're going to find that out too, and then not have to print anything at all. I think that there's going to be some humps on the back. Humps, back, whales. Captain, there'll be whales here. Terrible Scotty, I know. So that's what the inside of the back looks like, and then here's the back of the grip. Bump, bump, bump. Got any grips? So, got a little bit of filament in there still, it looks like. Yep. Clean that out just a bit. Duck walked up to the lemonade stand and he said to the man running the stand, "Hey, bump, bump, bump. Got any grips?" So that's exactly, it just goes right over the top there. Super easy. We're going to slide that over like that. Now, one important thing here too, when you're screwing back into a molded plastic piece, unscrew slightly, you'll feel the screw take a set, and then start screwing in. So all this is doing is covering the humps on the back. And for those interested, like I mentioned earlier, not my design, I will have a link to where you can get it off of the Makerworld website. Now this one I could do a star pattern on. I don't think it's going to make a whole lot of difference. Get that one. And those don't screw in very tightly or very far. You don't want to over tighten those screws when you tighten them in. Just snug them up because they're not holding anything really into place. Okay, so that's now what our Switch 2 Joy-Con to joiner looks like. And there's one. There's two, so now much slimmer. It's different. I will say, I'm not sure that I like this. I may go back to the original, but it definitely makes things different compared to where, looking at the way this holds everything into place, your hands are yay far apart, versus now your hands are much closer, just because you are closer to the center line. I mean, it goes together simply and easily. It's very basic. And the thing too, it's totally reversible. You don't have to leave it like this if you don't like it. And I don't know that I will leave it like that. And again, just for comparison's sake, so here's the back of the grip, the original part. But so you can see about how much narrower this does make the Joy-Con grip. This is really one of the fun things about the 3D printing community for me. I mean, it comes up with solutions for stuff that you didn't even kind of know that you wanted, but at least you wanted to try, and for 20 cents worth of material, if that, I was able to go ahead and see if this is something I'd want to continue to try. I may let my youngest try this and see if she prefers this to, nah, let's be honest with you, she has a Princess Peach controller. She loves Princess Peach, so she's going to stick with that. But yeah, very simple, low profile. I'm wondering if it wouldn't be possible to take this and flare it out across the, well, it is possible. I would just have to remix it. That may make it better for me. I don't know. But at least now I've got something that I can work off of and remix thanks to this creator, which I would link back to them and provide them with full credit. It is considerably narrower compared to the original components. And these, I think, have a little bit too much flex for my taste. Maybe it's something, I don't know. For me, the gap between the back of the Joy-Con and this, to me, just feels weird. I don't know about you, it just does. And this definitely does change the overall fit and feel of the Joy-Con grip, too. Again, not something I will be offering myself because, quite frankly, I'm way backed up as it is. And second of all, it's not my design, and I don't sell other people's designs. So let me know what you think of this down below in the comments. If there are any other like hacks or mods or things like that that you'd like to see attempted. One of the things that I am looking at, and there's a ton of them, again, over on Makerworld, is faceplate covers for the dock. There's some really cool ones. There's a Super Mario Brothers or Super Mario Kart one I'll show you on screen here that, like, they call these hue forges, just the way that the design style. I think this thing looks awesome. It looks really, really cool, and it adds a little bit of flair and panache to your Nintendo Switch 2 dock. Now, if you do want to check out some of the other reviews we've done on other Joy-Cons, I'll have them linked for you here up on screen. I'm sure you're going to find something that you like.